All right, in this video, I'm just gonna go over what happens or what do you do if your bottom sash is stuck like this one is. Almost every top sash I've ever seen has been painted shut, but also a lot of bottom sashes are painted shut. And this is the bottom sash here, okay? So to take apart the window or to change out the sash ropes, one important thing is to have this bottom sash able to at least open up and move back and forth a little bit, okay? So I'm just gonna show you how to cut the paint real quick. And what you're gonna need is what's called a deglazing tool. Get these at hardware stores or it's on my tools page where you can buy these online, all right? The other thing you might want is like a serrated edge knife. I found that these can be helpful at times too to really get in there. But you gotta be careful, like you could break it, so, you know. All right, so what I'm first gonna do is I'm gonna start here. If you look closely, these have little serrated edges, okay? And what you do is you put it in there and you pull down and it kind of cuts it. So this looks kind of like a, hopefully you can see, this looks kind of like a violent process, but it's really not that bad. See how it just kind of, and the whole point is to go in and to cut the paint, okay? And often, not only do you have to do this on the inside, but sometimes you gotta do this on the outside too. Generally, for sure though, on the inside. Okay, you just pull it up like that. Okay, so pretty sure that the paint is now cut, for the most part, all the way up and down. Okay, pretty easy. And then it's already looks like cut along the bottom. Maybe not, hold on. No. All right, now I'm gonna do this side. It's not always like super easy. Just kind of gotta use some force, but don't like go too crazy. Kind of wiggle it. Basically, I'm just sawing the paint here. Sometimes I'll start pulling off the paint because the paint's painted together. Very normal. I first learned how to do this actually as a renter on a rent house because I was in this cool little garage apartment and I just thought I really wanted the windows open. So I found out about these tools. I went in and cut all the windows open. I'm not sure my landlord was super happy about it at the time, but I did get them open and was able to enjoy the fresh air. All right, so I'm pretty sure it's cut all the way. And sometimes like you need to go outside and look there, kind of get a good judgment. Now what I'm gonna do, the other part is in between the windows right here. Okay, so that's a little harder with this tool. That's where the knife can kind of come in handy. So I'm just gonna reach down in there. You can see the knife is coming through. Whoa, be careful, don't break your glass. My mom would be mad. So you go through and you kind of like cut along here. It looks like it's pretty clear. It's mostly just dirt. All right, I want to see if this opens. It may not because it may be painted on the outside. Nope, okay. So if that happens, you cut all the paint, it doesn't open, means it's painted on the outside. So we're gonna go outside now and look, okay? All right, so now we're on the outside of the window, and sure enough, it's really painted shut, and it's actually sealed shut down here on the bottom, which may be pretty common. And maybe other stuff here, I don't know. This looks like it was some sort of seal. So anyways, a little bit rough shape here. So what I'm gonna do, I already started playing around with it, is basically you just repeat the process. You come in and you just stick it in there, start kind of sawing it down. Usually on the outside it's actually a lot easier than on the inside because the paint is old and brittle, so it's a lot easier to kind of get in there and cut it. It's the newer paint that I have a harder time with usually, okay? So I'm not gonna do it on video, but you basically follow the same process. You go through and you cut all this, then you cut over here. Then you go in here and make sure this is, not sealed together. And then you come in here. Now if you look closely, this is all sealed with some nasty gunk that some contractor probably put in years ago, trying to seal off any vents probably, or drafts. So I'm going to cut this too, and I'll come back when I'm done. Alright, so I finished cutting the window all the way around. I took the knife and I cut out all this caulking. Had a lot of this nasty caulking under here. I cut all that. I went around, I cut this side, I cut that side, I've reached up in there, and I think we can probably get it open, so let's see. I'm gonna go on the inside now and try to open it up. All right, so I'm back on the inside now, and we'll put these down and see whether or not we can get this open. Now, again, we don't need this to open all the way up. We're only getting it open just to make sure that we can pull off the inner rails, which is like the next step. Okay, so here we go. Let's see if this worked. If not, I'll have to short up. So kind of, yep, it worked. There we go. That was actually easy. Sometimes you may have to wiggle it a little bit. If it doesn't open easily, go back out, do it again on the inside. So now we have the window open, and we can reach in here and we can, in the next videos, I'll show you how to start taking off these inner rails, and you go from there. Have fun.